What's your response to that?
No response. Maybe he's just jealous. All kind of stuff. I have a hair. He don't have a hair. So. We can start talking about all day long. So, no, I think it's just a comment because I think he was disappointed. Again, it is what it is. So.
Something a player doesn't really want to hear about himself in general.
I don't think somebody can call me a diver in this league. But
well, what in the KHL then? You call you a diver?
How I said that, it's maybe he's just disappointed and.
Get out of here! What's happening, everybody? Welcome to The Crease and Tommy C. We're going to be talking about Getzlaf's hair, one epic Ranger day, the hit on Sagan, and a lot more. Stick around. This is In The Crease. Tommy C. Welcome, everybody, to In The Crease with Tommy C. with none other than Chicago Dead on Dave. You can catch Dead on Dave on www.youtube.com/TheDeadOnDave for all your wrestling news and occasionally the sports thing, right, Dave?
That's right. All that and more right on Dead on Dave on YouTube.
You think that the balls of that guy says he doesn't dive? I mean,
like, I didn't see the plays that he dove on this game.
I didn't dive.
I know he had 4 points.
I will give him this. That was an epic response. I don't have a hair. You have a hair. You don't have a hair.
I can't hell of a game. I know that.
You know, we were talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers getting back together. I'm going to be paying special attention to when the Caps and the Ducks get back together. Can you imagine that? Like an intro for Wednesday Night Rivalry, like dun 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 dun. I don't have a head. He don't have a hair. Dun, dun, dun. You're diving, and they just flip back and forth. Tonight, Wednesday Night Rivalry. Oh God, that would be fantastic.
I don't think you could call me that in this league.
Dude, yeah. So KHL, the juniors, like, of course you died. That's why I think this stuff works. I don't know if you watched yesterday. Humiliate. These guys don't want to be called divers. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
Ugly word.
And if they can do it without taking games and humiliate them, I don't really have a problem with Getzlaf calling Ovi out. But it's like, I mean, you do it too.
Everything I've read said those are kind of what happened in the game the other day was borderline at best.
Yeah,
diving.
Well, I'm going by Dave Rose. Dave Rose said he got another angle of it. I don't think Dave Rose would just come on here and throw Ovi under the bus for the sake of throwing. He says he helped it along. That the stick made contact, but it's just he flopped once he got hit with the stick.
He's being. I know on one of the plays he's being corralled by like 3 people and he goes to the ground. Well,
yeah. Well, it's true. Well, here's another thing. It's still slashing.
Yeah.
You know, it's still slashing. I mean, he fell on his ass and stuff. And it's like, oh, poor me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like those were as egregious as like what's his name? Sorry, PK's dive.
PK's dive. Or PK and then I don't even look at the Cal Cutterbluck supposedly had it. Well, actually, Ryan Getzlaf. I mean, I don't know if he got fined for it earlier this year, but he had a real bad one. I mean, he kicked his legs out from under behind him. It was ridiculous. And then he's calling. I didn't know he's going to be diving all over the ice. And
divers can't call the other divers.
It just doesn't. It doesn't work. But it doesn't mean it's. I don't care if they call them out. It doesn't bother me. Yep. Maybe I don't even care that Ryan Getzlaf is not the best person to be calling judgment. I like that. I like the fact that they're all calling each other divers.
I think it gets fined.
It's fine with me. It's fine with me.
Him.
It's fine. Now, I will say this. Graham called in, and he had kind of a different take on it because he's starting to get used to hockey and what have you. And he says, no, that's bad. It's just going to bring, bad heat in the locker room. It's kind of a losing attitude, which I think is a legitimate way to look at it. I actually didn't think of it that way because I'm looking at it the entertainment aspect that is just funny.
It could go one of two ways. I mean, his teammates could rally around the guy and be like, okay, Getzlaf is going to call out some stuff like that. That's good. And if he's right, they're going to back him even more. But if he's wrong, then yeah, Graham's 100% right.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that to us. Don't shoot. We already lost a game in an ugly fashion. Don't do that to us.
Don't.
He torched us all game. Don't do that. Don't give him that power.
I completely and totally agree with you. I just there's tons of stuff to talk about. Not even the least of which an epic Ranger game. Yes, I'm talking about the Rangers. Don't want to hear any bullshit about being a homer because I don't do a lot
It's
of Rangers. I do the
good
NHL
game. Anybody
but
can shut up.
how do you not? And the Boston, Roy in Florida, TJ Brody, Brody. You get TJ. They were up at 2-0 at some point. I don't know how the Boston let that go. Look, I thought that was going to be a tough game. I said that to Roy yesterday, but I said that the Boston is going to have to take them seriously. Maybe they didn't after they take that dreaded 2-0 lead. I think that I don't think Boston is a bad team anymore. I don't think they're even, I don't know if age is a problem over there, or maybe it is. Motivation
right now, man.
Motivation might be a problem over there. Can you imagine if the Boston
4-game
Bruins,
losing streak, whenever it happens, you got to look at it and go, okay, there is a problem here.
But they started to show us the Bruins are who we thought they were like a month ago, and now they're not.
We thought so.
Well, now they're not.
Now they're dipping, and freaking LA's surging.
And LA's surging. And Colorado's back out of it.
LA's looking scary because they're looking convincing. They're winning games over tough teams. They are looking good doing it.
It's also, and that's a deep division over there too. That's a deep division. It's also important to point out that these guys made it by a hair's ass when they won the Stanley Cup in 2012. You know, that the LA Kings, now it was a tight division. When they did that, but they kind of backed into the playoffs. In fact, they fired their coach earlier in the year and brought on Daryl Sutter.
2 points out of a playoff spot right now. LA is.
Here's something else you got to check out. I know I sent it to you. I made a video about it before, but and I'm taking a chance on monetization because I don't think they can get me on this, but maybe they will. And I blew some monetization, but the Islanders do. They interview some insane 50-year-old Islander fan, and having grown up very close to Long Island, I've had to deal with folks like this. So here's the clip that somebody was gracious enough to record on their television.
Back in 1982, my son was conceived back in that parking lot here at an Islander game. I went into labor. The Stanley Cup game, 1982-1983 season.
Yeah.
Forced labor, was able to come back for the last game and watch the Islanders win their next Stanley Cup.
No baby today.
Yeah.
You got to see the next game, right? I got to see the next game.
I love this lady.
I love this, the reporter. This is an incredible story.
I love this lady. I love that passion.
Really? I think she's weird.
Oh, God, I love it.
You imagine if she was your old lady? My husband was taking it to me like nobody else could. Right here in the Nassau Mausoleum parking lot, he was just hammering it and hammering it. 9 months later, lo and behold, Mike Bossy and Brian Trottier at the Stanley Cup final against the Edmonton Oilers.
You think
you can grow up with that, Dave? Don't talk to me that way. It makes me insane. Sorry.
You think her or her old lady have any shame at all about that? They've held season tickets there for 41 seasons or some crazy
Oh,
shit.
really? Oh, so you look
Like
backstory
forever.
into this
Yeah,
one.
these look, fan, this is what we got to remember, people. Fan is short for fanatic. Okay? That is what the word is.
I'm not a
It
fanatic.
is a shortened version of fanatic.
I am not a fanatic. I just have I just do 2 hockey shows,
like hockey.
upload videos aimlessly, and read unbelievable amounts of hockey news.
Not at all.
I'm not a fanatic. I think I'm sane. Ah, Jesus. You know what another thing's interesting? Here's another thing. Is like, you check this out. I'm going to bring the video back. Check out the announcer. Is she not telling her husband that she wants a baby? Listen to this. It's the best playoff story she's ever heard.
It's a good playoff story.
I have ever heard. You have to share it.
I can't believe they even let her talk about it. It's the best playoff story. Let me tell you
It's a
something.
pretty damn good playoff story.
I
man.
know women. I know people. I'm good with people. Dave would even admit that. I pick up on stuff. I'm like really, really, really good at it. You know what that is to me? I could translate that for you. Here's what she said. This is the most incredible playoff story in playoff history. Well, no, it's not. But and here's the translation. Hubby, I am ready to have a baby right now. Look how wonderful it'll be.
I don't know about that. This is what I think. It translated to me.
Yep.
This is a sideline reporter
Yep.
who is looking for a fluff piece during a timeout. She found one. It's a pretty damn cool playoff story about a passionate fan, so she went with it.
But, I mean,
May not be more than
she
that.
was conceived in the parking lot. You don't think the Islanders are a little bit
Kinda
sensitive?
like it.
The fucking NHL's like a goddamn... They're worse than the WWE these days. They're like fucking Victorians out there.
Love
You
it
think
kinda
she...
goes every single game.
My husband hammered me like no other.
I'm really horny.
You know,
Well,
I had a...
deal is just take me to the parking lot. I'm not missing this game here.
I'm not missing this game.
Just
You
take me to the
better
parking
get
lot.
done what you got to get done right now because I'm not missing the third period.
I'm not missing the third period. All right.
I grew up with a Jewish kid from Long Island, and his mom. I mean, look, she's one of the most wonderful, caring, loving people I ever met in my life. Holy shit, was she a pain in the ass? I mean, I mean,
I
like,
think you're a self-hating Jersite.
yes, you're absolutely right.
Self-loathing Jersite.
Yes. No, it's just like, yeah, I am. It's like, Tommy, do you want something to eat? But the only thing I can offer you is we only have kosher in this house, and we will not have anything else. So I don't want to hear it. I'm like, oh, no, Miss Blum. I'll eat anything you want. I mean, geez, I'm not like that. I'm telling you right now, it's kosher. I'm telling you right now. Well, how big could it be? Look, so I get the food every day. I go back there. I'm telling you right now, it's kosher. No, Miss Blum, you told me this yesterday. No, I'm telling you, it's kosher. I know you come from a nice Catholic family, and I'll take you on church on Sunday if you want me to. But we only have kosher here. No problem, Mrs. Blum. I got no problem with that one. It's kosher. Next week, same thing. It's kosher. We got kosher.
You've been traumatized, my friend.
I'm shaking.
Traumatized.
Got the shakes. Got the shakes. Holy
Absolutely
Christmas.
traumatized.
I don't know what's funnier, that or, hey, Getzlaf, grow hair.
Rogaine for men. Try it.
This is a total shot from the point hockey channel day in hockey. I can't believe.
Sheer friggin' lunacy.
Oh God, it's
Love it.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, look at your screen right now and look at me. Look at the type of guy that I am. I love this game because no other sport produces this fucking madness. These types of people, I love it. And this is why I don't watch basketball. I don't like football all that much. Looks like a bunch of dumb jocks. Hockey's funny. It's funny. Reminds me of the Army. I mean, I told somebody, I told us, like, somebody goes to me and goes, Slapshot was probably the best hockey movie I ever saw. And he's like, yeah, and it's also the best Army movie I ever saw because it's like, so the locker room talk is so similar to what goes on when you get to, what it reminded me of is like, when the Hanson brothers get there, it's like they got to their unit and everybody thinks they're kind of fucking weird. They brought their fucking toys with them. Oh, God, Slapshot.
You know, your son looks like a fag to me. You better get married again, because he's going to wind up with somebody's cock in his mouth before he can say Jack Robinson.
Oh, one of the great Paul Newman. Great Paul Newman. All right, I want to talk about Sagan.
No, it wouldn't go.
Yeah, Sagan. Did you see the hit on Sagan that took him out? And I don't think we touched on this.
We talked about the hit. We called it
Sunday.
dirty.
I tell you something. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. I listened to Greg Wyshynski talk about this, and he made me look at it a different way. I listened to his I listened like 5 minutes of his podcast, and I was listening, and he's just like, like the hip check is. I mean, all right, this guy's I forget what's his name, Dmitry. I beat my wife off. I don't know, whatever his name is over there.
Kulikov.
He has like zero hit. It's a botched hit.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the John Scott hit. It's a botched hit. It's not the end of the world. Look, I'm not for clipping. At least when you get a concussion, it can be stupid and fucked up when you're older. But you get clipped. You're Cam Neely out of the damn league. So it's just like, I can't believe that Mike Milbury would say something like this. I mean, even that worthless jerk, Greg Wyshynski realizes that.
It was a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but this is Milbury we are talking about here.
I agree with the suspension. You're responsible.
Four games. I mean, it's...
I don't believe in, I didn't do it, it wasn't an accident. It doesn't matter. I'm sure, I guarantee you 90% of suspended hits are God's honest accidents. I guarantee it.
Bang bang.
It's too fast. You could judge every freaking hit. That's the one thing, Zach. That's the other thing is like, how can he be so liberal with this guy, this Russian guy, and so like wanting to throw Zach Ronaldo under a bus? I mean, he's phony outrage. Hey, Greg Wyshynski, this phony outrage stuff. I gotta be honest with you, it doesn't work. You just end up looking like a phony. Just be honest, like you were. His
Ronaldo stuff seemed to stem from the fact that he was calling him, saying that he was reveling in the fact that he, almost joyously talking about what happened.
Yeah.
This guy, it's a different.
Wyshynski isn't exactly and never has been anti-fighting. So I don't know, but it's just like, I think if I would not be shocked if he had a bad experience with Ronaldo. Ronaldo does not seem too approachable.
Yeah.
He does not seem like he's not somebody I'd walk right up to. I mean, the guy fucking fights for a living. I mean, he might be a jerk. So maybe that's why he overdid it. But he certainly didn't laugh or brag about it. It's such a fucking jerk. He's just
the
a liar.
light is going to be shown heavily on this situation because a leading scorer of a team is out 3 to 6 weeks.
And
that's
I agree. I think the suspension was right. I know Deb in Texas didn't exactly agree with it.
Guy's losing $100,000.
Are you kidding me?
$93,000 in salary.
For that?
Well, 4 games.
I don't agree with that.
$93,000.
Oh! I thought you said the fine itself on top.
No. In salary for missing the 4 games.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, that tells you that all suspensions are pretty serious. I mean, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of scratch.
That's a lot of scratch.
Question about that.
Even for high rollers like you and me.
I know, right?
Here's another thing that we didn't talk about that it didn't hit me the way, and I think I bash Crosby too much sometimes. Are you familiar with the huddle that happened during the Blackhawks Pens game? We should have
Deb
talked
and I
about
talked about this.
This is a dangerous precedent. Another thing is, like, I don't know why I didn't pick up on this because I hate this guy. I'm starting to ignore him. I don't like this son of a bitch so much. Did you see the smile on his face?
I did, but here's the thing: they got the call right.
I know, but now you have to do it for everybody. Where's my Where's my replay? Where's my this?
Is this the first huddle that's ever happened?
I can't. It's unprecedented.
It can't.
Wait a minute. I shouldn't say that. It happened with the Rangers Penguins with the shootout, but I think that call came from Toronto. I mean,
this. Goals get overturned. I mean, some calls do get overturned. It's not like things getting overturned doesn't happen in hockey. As long as they're getting it right. I have no.
But here's the thing. No,
against my team.
Yeah, no. Here's the problem with that. Because first of all, you can't get everything right in hockey. It's too fast for the reasons you said before. The problem is it'll slow the game down. Whereas you gave Crosby one right, and the other thing is it was Sidney Crosby, the most polarizing hockey player in history. It was Sidney fucking Crosby. So it's
when
just
Deb wrote me, I wrote back superstar call. And then I asked because I didn't see it. At the time, I said,
"Yeah,
did they get the call right?" And Deb wrote, "Yeah, they did.
They got the call right." Okay, but fine. But here's the thing: look, I don't think I think it should be illegal. I do.
Really?
You get it right. You get it. Look, and I've done this before. And this is consistent with my track record on referees. They're gonna get it wrong.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons I said last week that I didn't mind that they got the Hagelin dive wrong. At least they're calling diving. At least they're not afraid to call diving or embellishment.
I don't know about making it illegal to confer, but I would be up for like a 20-second grace period at maximum.
But then the coaches demand that everything that's close goes to that 20-minute.
If you're going to add a 20-second thing on every single call like that, that's not going to slow the game down enough to make this a reason to stop these things. As long as they're going to as long as they get the call right, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, but the problem is, what if it's happening constantly? You weren't there.
But if they blow major calls, they're going to be like Major League Baseball now, where everything's going to go automated. We don't want. We don't want to take human error out of the game.
But see, the thing is, like that's kind of what's the argument for the same thing here. I mean, you get the call wrong, you get the call wrong. But once you make the call, you make the call.
But what I'm saying, if enough calls get called wrong, then a problem will arise. If you take a little bit of extra time to make sure you get the calls right, nobody can bitch. No one can bitch. Except us.
Yeah, but what about the other team? What do you got? If there's another close team, I could see this happening constantly.
They point to the jumbo screen and say, "Look, coach, we got the call right. We got the call right." I mean, that's it.
I've noticed them staring at the jumbotron a lot more often. I didn't even know they were allowed to do that until this year. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've noticed them doing it.
And if that means having
slowing
a
the game down. We're talking about slowing the game down. We're talking about slowing the game down.
Yeah, I understand that, but if that means doing what the NFL's doing right now, and I believe basketball is also doing it, where you have a control room in wherever the headquarters is, New York, wherever it may be, and they got people watching each game and making sure that those things, those reviewable plays or close plays, are being monitored, then so be it. So be it. I don't have a problem with that as
you know what
long
it is? You know
as
what
the
it is?
call is right.
You know what it is? I think you're a relatively new hockey fan, and I don't say that disrespectfully.
I'm not a traditionalist in hockey.
No, and that's fair too. But I think what you might be missing here is, and what you got to do is you got to look about the foot in the crease rule in 1999 and how that actually ruined the Stanley Cup final. I know you have some. I know you're familiar with the incident, and honestly, that's what I fear the most. I don't want to get a situation where everything's getting called back and everything, because look, I mean, you can make a case. With Alain Vigneault starts saying, "Hey, you did ours, not mine," and the ref looks at him and says, "I'm not doing yours," and then that could become a problem. And then we have a new whole host of issues. That's really what I fear the most.
See, I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I mean, like, what I'm thinking is the way I guess I'm being an idealist when I'm looking at this.
I think so.
Because
I agree with that.
if the refs are going to huddle up on a play that's that close, and this Crosby play was close until you looked at it and slowed it down and realized it's not close at all. When you get it right, you get it right. I think that is going to be the biggest part of this argument. If they get it right, I don't think anything else really does matter here.
Okay.
Because too many games are going to get won or lost because of a blown call. I'd rather see the refs take the time and get it right.
All right. Well, we'll see where that goes. If that happens a little too often, I'm going to start screaming bloody fucking murder, and I'm going to remember saying I'm basically going to blame you. So
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
I'm going to blame you. What else do I? All right, we got to talk, and then we haven't gotten to the calls yet. But you damn well we will. We're not quite ready yet because
you callers wait.
There's just a lot of stuff going on. This is one of those nights where it's probably gonna run late because we just got a ton of shit going on. Let me take a look at the Rangers, the New York Rangers, New York Islanders game yesterday. It was Pat. We're not ready. You didn't listen. Let me in. We're taking your calls afterwards. Let me go into what a wonderful fucking hockey and also my concern about the New York Rangers. 11 seconds of game time, Tavares put one through, and about halfway through the first period, so Franz Nielsen, he had the Rangers down 2-0, and then Ryan McDonough gets an incredible opportunity, puts it away, it makes it 2-1 going into the second period. Johnny Boychuk early into the first makes it 3-1, and it's looking grim. Down by 2 goals. Then Chris Kreider, 2 minutes later, makes it 3-2. Rangers on a comeback, and about 20 seconds after that, give or take, Ryan McDonough scores his first second goal game in his entire career. The Rangers are tied. Towards the about 5 minutes after that, Ryan Strome, the Islanders charge the net. They make it 4-3. And they make it 5-3 very early in the first. Same Ryan Strome from Franz Hansen. They make it 5-3. And then this incredible thing happens. Derek Stefan gets an assist from Chris Kreider. He puts it away at 6:25. And Martin St. Louis comes back 2 minutes later to tie it up at 4. With 5 minutes left in the game, Kevin Klein gets a real big goal, putting it away. This was a 2-goal lead, coming back twice. It was insane. It was entertaining. It was fun. It does look like a goalie totally flopped and fell in their faces. I thought that, strangely enough, Cam Talbot played his best period of his Ranger career. In the first period. I thought this was absolutely excellent, super entertaining, the type of stuff that we want in hockey. How come my name's not appearing over my head? Oh God. This XSplit's fucking buggy. This version of XSplit. All right. Here's what I want to talk to the Ranger fans about. And I would love to take your calls on, especially your Rangers. By the way, Frank and Staten Island, your suspension is over. You may call back, but you're going to get goofed on. We're a little disappointed, but we'll fix that. We'll fix it. You do your penance. You're Catholic like me. We'll fix this, but you're out of the penalty box. Here's the things I saw. The New York Islanders are an infinitely better team the New York Rangers. They control the pace of the game for the most part. That's what they did in the last game. They forced the Rangers to really only be able to break in the blue line on the wings. They have a much scarier offense, in my opinion. They are grittier. I'm not sure their goaltending's better, but that's about it, and that's if Henrik Lundqvist is playing. Yeah. Here's the problem with the Rangers, and I got news for you. I learned from last night's game that we are not winning the Stanley Cup this year. The faceoffs aren't improving. The grit is not there. This was not a gritty, rough. Well, there was some pushing and shoving, and it was better than last time, which I think there was. They did push back because the Islanders are going to push around. You know, Johnny Boychuk and Nick Leddy, they're not pussies. They're going to stir things up if they have to, and the Rangers don't seem to be that type of hockey team. And I think that's gonna hurt them. Nobody's gonna be afraid of them. And I'm really I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing this shit. But they're fast. That's a one-dimensional hockey team. And that could be beaten. Through good coaching.
It's interesting that you're picking this game to say that on.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a scrappy win to come back. And by the way, they're 2 points behind the Islanders.
The Rangers
right there.
have a lot of heart. They're a very good hockey team. But my experience, dominating teams win Stanley Cups. That's my experience. Like the Blackhawks, like the Kings, like the 1994 New York Rangers, like the 1995 Devils, and the Detroit Red Wings after that, and the Colorado Avalanche. That is my experience. This is why they won't win. Interesting game to pick. These are the weaknesses that I don't see improving. They need.
You know what the good news is?
What's that?
They're still about 29 games into the playoffs start.
I think we're one of the top 5, 7.
Plenty of time.
That's true. I think they're one of the top 5, 7 teams in the whole league. I think they're that good. But I think these are holes that can be exploited. Here's the one thing they do have that you cannot. It's what they have playoff experience. That's huge. They've been to the Stanley Cup final and they don't quit. But I think I don't want to be in a position in the Stanley Cup finals where I'm constantly having to come back.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
But here's something to look at and take some nice solace in here. This game could have easily got away from the Rangers. It
did
really
twice.
It did.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: this team got off 48 shots.
Yeah.
On goal on the Rangers and helped stop 43 of them.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he let 5 goals go by, but this could have been one of those games where the Rangers got the doors blown off of them. And that would have said a lot more to me than this victory. I think this win says more than a blowout loss.
Cam Talbot shot 38 shots in this game, and Halak shot 36. It was 43, so shot 43 to 42 shots on goal. I think both these goalies. It's bizarre, but I do think these goalies played pretty quality. I just think it was just that type of game. That's my thing. I think it was just that type of game. 718-395-7660. We're going to open the doors to the phone lines. We'd love to hear from you. Whatever topic, any of the topics we covered, maybe something we didn't think of, anything you want to talk about, we'll take calls. This is the part of the show where we let the fans run it. And as soon as we run out, we say goodbye.
Yeah,
like
what you got,
we say
bitches?
Goodbye to Roy and TJ Brody. I like those Calgary Flames. Do you know why I like the Calgary Flames, Dave?
Because of Johnny Hockey.
Johnny Hockey from New Jersey.
Halfway there.
Yeah. To the playoffs.
Yep.
We're halfway there. Whoa. Oh, God. Listen, I hate Bon Jovi. I do. I hate Bon Jovi with a bloody, filthy friggin' passion.
But what if they were to lay you down on a bed of roses? Would that help?
Oh, God.
Would it help?
No, absolutely not. Patrick Ginn from South Jersey, you're on the air. He always does this.
He does, but then he always comes back.
He always does this.
Stupid.
He does this every single thing. Because you know what? I think he goes back to an old setting. That doesn't work. And that's fine. We're going to put friggin'...
Then he'll call back and he'll make us look like asses.
Yeah. He does. He's done this every single time. He got to do. Yes. Graham, you're on the air. And I am here to teach African Americans about hockey. What is your question? Sure, I forgot. I did so much work today on the show that I didn't.
Question today is entirely about the scoring.
Yes, go right ahead.
I watched the Rangers game last night.
Yes. Oh, did you? Oh, what a treat!
Yeah, you picked a good game.
You picked a good game.
Yes, I understand the actual. You score a goal, you get points.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm pulling it back up on my computer now, but it was talking about the stars of the game,
Oh, I could tell you this. Yeah.
and it said the guy had 1 goal and 2 assists.
Okay.
So he had 3 points. How is that?
Each goal and each assist equals a point. So if you have 100 points in the season, which I think the last time somebody did that was Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux, that is a combination of goals and assists. I have seen Wayne Gretzky only have 30 goals and had like 70 assists. So that can happen. So the points are just basically a combination of the two. It gives you a better, it's not a perfect system. It gives you a better idea on how good the player is because an assist is just as important as a goal.
It's like quarterback efficiency, man. It's like it's a combination of stats to give you a better idea of performance on the ice. Like quarterback rating and quarterback efficiency for quarterbacks in the NFL, same concept.
You grab that? You grab that?
Makes perfect sense.
I am doing wonderful things for the African American community. Look at me.
It's a good thing you had me here tonight.
It's because you have football. Because I don't fucking know anything about football.
Well, I also just learned, and believe it or not, I thought that the team was still in Atlanta.
No, they're in
Thrashers. It's the Winnipeg.
They're in Winnipeg. See, if you got into it earlier, you could have got you got to see your man Evander Kane because that's where he started.
Oh no! Don't get me started on Evander Kane.
You don't like him no more?
I don't want to talk about Evander Kane ever again now.
Why not? Oh, you found out a little bit about him?
No, even worse. What's the worst thing that can happen to you? Your wife finds a new heartthrob, and his name is Evander Kane.
Oh! I didn't know. He's a good-looking guy, man.
Now it's now trending on my wife's Facebook. It's pictures of Evander Kane and all of her girlfriends and sisters.
Oh my God!
Are falling all over this guy.
You believe this guy? He plays hockey. Look at him. He's cute in the helmet. Well, we're actually me and Dave actually like Evander Kane. I think Dave likes Evander Kane.
I'm down with him. I like the kid. I'm willing to give him a pass for.
Yeah, we're willing to give him a pass just because he's a kid. But he's got to straighten up his attitude. You know what I mean? And he's got the talent to be a regular 30, maybe even more goal scorer, and he is kind of tough. But I think he's got to get a little more military-like. He's got to buy into the system that he's in, and I think we're going to see the best from Evander Kane. So you watched a Ranger game last night. That was a playoff game. That's what the playoffs are like. You'll probably watch 10 other games. Like the games that are coming on tonight, I guarantee you they won't be as good as that game. That was
I'm gonna try to get into some of them. Ain't nothing else on tonight. I don't have to do nothing in regards to wrestling.
This
or
is
football,
a good.
so.
This is you can. I don't want to be selling stuff to the NHL, but shit, I use it, and I'm going to tell fans about the tools that I use. I have NHL Game Center. It's a little more expensive in the States, but I think it's down to like $50 for the rest of the year, including the playoffs. You get every single game except your local. And here's the best news, Graham: you have no local team. You can watch every game in the league. So you can do that.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, and then if you miss it, like you're sleeping, because I have to usually watch it the next day unless for some reason I'm allowed to stay up and I don't have shit to do the next day. So what I do is I'll wake up in the morning, stay away from the internet, pop in a game. Sometimes I'll run all 4 of them, and then just if like the Rangers don't play, I'll run all 4 in a box. You can run them all 4 in a box on.
It's like NFL Game Pass, Grant.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Way cheaper, way more reasonable, way more access, different camera angles, all sorts of good stuff. So I highly recommend that. That is my main one of my main tools to run the show. That's really what I do.
Oh, well, since you guys have got me into this, I started looking at the different African-American hockey players.
Yes.
And the one that I'm looking into now, and I'll have something smart to say about him after I look into him a little bit more.
Okay. Don't show him your wife.
I'm going to butcher his name. I know it now.
Go ahead.
But Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
Who's that?
He's a right wing for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, what? Simmons. You're talking about Simmons. You must got the wrong name. Wayne Simmons, who I think's American.
No, he's
a Canadian.
He must not be a starter, but I looked at.
He's got a background name. Well, Wayne Simmons is a really feisty power forward for the Philadelphia Flyers. Anybody would want on their team. That's a guy.
He's right. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. He's a black.
Oh, you got
man.
the name right.
I'm looking at his picture right now.
Well, Anthony Duclair, he's from Quebec, and he's in the Rangers system. He won the junior gold medal this year, and he actually made the Rangers team initially, but they sent him back to junior, kind of warm up.
He's not black. He's Haitian. There's a difference.
He's Haitian. Claude Vilgrain used to play for the Devils. He was actually his family was Jamaican initially, which is pretty funny.
Well, there's two Jamaican forwards right now, Anthony Stewart and Chris Stewart.
Anthony, where do they play? Wait, was they play the Ducks? Are they in the system?
Right now, it says that Chris Stewart plays for the Buffalo Sabres, and Anthony Stewart plays for the Carolina Hurricanes.
By the way, Graham, if he's Haitian, not black, that means I'm Polish and not white.
Exactly.
Okay.
Polish
We're
or
gonna
not white
split
people.
fucking hairs.
All right. I'm glad I think. I'm gonna try to take some other calls, Graham. But thank you very much for calling in, and keep coming in with your questions because I'm here to help. I'm here to help because hockey's for everybody.
And I'm here to ask.
All right, and there's no, and you know what? That actually brings up a good point. If anybody is like, I kind of want to be in hockey, but I'm afraid you're going to cut my head off. I'm only going to cut your head off if you say rotten things about my wife or my friends. Otherwise, I don't care how dopey your question is. You know, that's it. All right, bud. I'll talk to you later. Let's get Graham in. I'm sure his shit will work like it usually does. I'm going to yell at him. Graham or Patrick, Gwynn, you're there. Gwynn.
Strike two, buddy.
Strike two. Gwynn. I know what's going on here, Dave. What he's doing is like he likes another way it's set up, and he insists it should work, but it doesn't work. So what he does is he calls in the way it doesn't work, and then he insists on doing it 3-4 times until he has it. Probably he's not wired. That's
must
my
like
guess.
him because of the whole stubborn connection.
Could be.
Stubborn.
Could be. 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. We'll try to get Graham, excuse me, I get everybody's name screwed up. South Jersey, Gwynn. I don't know everybody's fucking name. Scary stuff in the National Hockey League last night. Clark MacArthur helped off the ice after a collision with Robert Lerner. I actually happened to catch this. I was up on the Ottawa Senators. Really scary stuff. I mean, the guy wasn't moving. He was doing that thing where he holds his head straight and he was talking, looking up, and his bottom of his body wasn't moving. I think he was just scared. He thought, and he was just like, oh my God, maybe I'm really watching it this time. You know, thank God, nothing happened. I didn't think you said you're an atheist. Yes, I use that expression.
Everybody does.
Yeah, give me a fucking break.
Okay.
Gwynn, you better be there. Squeaking.
I'm here.
What? Here, let me guess. You set your computer up in a certain way or Skype on a certain way, and you insist to yourself that it works, even though it doesn't work. And then you go back both times, because this has happened every single time you've called, and we really appreciate you calling. And then you go back and switch it the way it does work. Is that what's going on here?
I don't know what it is.
I know. You know what it is. You're just not. You're not being forthcoming. You're being a fucking husband that won't ask for directions. That's what you're doing. What's on your mind today, buddy?
Well, two things. It's Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
I'm getting tired of the friggin' name police, by the way. Getting a little fucking sick and tired of it. I took it at first.
And I think we've got the most African Americans on in the NHL on one team with Simmons.
Oh, you're a Philadelphia guy. That's right.
Yeah, he's in South Jersey. South Jersey's Philadelphia. It's such a weird thing. It's like another country.
Flyer guy.
In fact, I wish they'd separate the state and call it New Jersey too.
We talk about the Flyers way too much because he has something to correct us about the Flyers.
You know what? He has been. I'll give him. Look, if your call's not interesting, I will cut you the fuck off, even if I like you. Hell, I'll hang up on Dave.
Yeah,
but
he's done it.
Yeah, I've done it. And but you've been pretty good. So what do you got for us today? Besides corrections.
Because in the chat, Frenchie Ben asked what Roy was probably eating down in Florida. I said probably something that's not flame broiled.
Nice fun.
You know who else is down in Florida is Jake Link. Jake's down in Florida, taking in the Rays. He's like on his vacation or something.
We win tonight. We're 3 points back.
Yeah, there are plenty. There's some. Yeah. Okay. So what's your situation? Tell me what you got. You did win last night. Actually, let me check. Let me check last night's game. Probably pretty important. Wait, you didn't play last night. What are you talking about?
We win tonight. We're 3 points back.
Tonight,
We're three tonight. You play
Columbus tonight at home.
You play Columbus. Columbus is no joke.
Yeah,
they're gonna come at you, and they're nasty. I expect that
7 points behind Philly, though.
That could be that could be very easily a fight-filled game. Very, very easily a fight-filled game.
I'm going to the game on Thursday against Buffalo for Eric Desjardins Hall of Fame night.
Can you need to buy a Shot from the Point T-shirt and take a picture of yourself over there. You know that, right? Yeah, you really do. Or take a sign or something. You know? Yeah, take a sign. I would really appreciate that.
You guys, a few minutes ago, were talking about how pretty much sports have gotten out of taking the human element out of the game.
You see it a lot in a lot of sports.
Yes, and I'm concerned about that.
But I don't see it as much in hockey as I do as in baseball or.
True.
That was my point.
And I don't want it to get like that.
And another sport that I watch, and I know you guys probably don't think it's a sport, but I watch NASCAR. They're even using computerized.
They are.
No, they're athletes in my opinion, but don't
those guys.
I'm not a fan because I'm from North Jersey. I'm not a big hick like you. but I wouldn't take anything away from those guys.
They used to with the pits in NASCAR. They used to have a guy, an official checking to make sure nobody goes over the wall because you're only allowed 7 guys. Now it's all computerized.
Yeah.
So you can't get away with anything. But in baseball, a play at first base, an umpire makes a bad call, they're taking the human element out of the game. And it sucks.
They are. And everything except balls and strikes. And honestly, I think we're only about 10 years away max from that being
God, who can watch baseball
in the hands of computers in baseball. It makes me sick, too. I don't have a problem with certain things being automated, for efficiency and everything, because the game is far too long in baseball. There's no question about that. And football's getting bad about it, too, where everything is – you can't get away with shit in football now. But it's – hockey needs to keep this element of
but I'm afraid. You know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid only Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, Steve Stamkos, and Jonathan Tavares will get these reverse calls. That's my fear.
We gotta wait and see more things happen.
I could do that, but I just how I feel about slippery slopes. I don't want to slip on them.
The point that we were bringing on, you guys brought up yesterday is trying to get more fans into the sport. And I had brought it up into the chat with Frenchie Ben and all of them and saying, listen, I hate people who say I don't like hockey because I can't follow the puck.
Oh, that's the stupidest thing ever. Do you follow the baseball at baseball, you big fucking dummy? Jesus Christ. I can't follow the puck. Well, stop looking at it, you damn fool. I don't look at the puck and watch
the game. I used to be that guy, though. I used to be that guy because seriously, when you don't watch hockey and you first get into it, it's very discombobulating, man. You can't really follow anything. That. But when you realize how to watch hockey,
that's true.
And what you're looking for, then it becomes much easier. You let your eyes fall out of focus and you watch where the players are skating, and you're going to pick up the puck.
Yeah.
It's much easier, but it takes time.
My present girlfriend, she was like that. And I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to take you to a game. And this was about 2 years ago. And I took her, I think it was the Flyers-Rangers game. She fell in love with the sport.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you got to do.
You have to go live.
Live sports will do it, yeah.
Yeah, hockey is by far.
One of those sports, it's better live than it is on TV.
I would absolutely 150% agree with you about that. But it does drive me crazy because you don't watch the ball in baseball. It's just like, I don't know. It's very, I know you were that guy, Dave, but it's just like, you know what your problem was? You're a sports guy. And most of the guys, like I'm one of the few guys that has anything to do with the show that I just can't stand any other sport. I do have a little penchant for baseball, just because I grew up with it and I played. But it's just, I know what you're talking about.
In baseball, you could see the ball going from the pitcher to the catcher at all times. Yeah. And the only times you can't see it is when a rocket gets hit down the line. But most of the time, you could see the ball. And hockey, at first, you can't learn how to watch it.
Yeah.
What I love about hockey is just the speed and the grace of the game. It's just so beautiful.
And you might get killed.
It's a violent ballet, man.
It is. It's a violent ballet. You said that.
Beautiful too, but baseball's just way too long.
Yeah.
I remember, 20 years ago when my Phillies were making their run to the World Series against the Blue Jays.
That's right.
How them Phillies doing now?
Oh boy.
We suck. I know we suck, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. This team is not going to go anywhere. I've got my world championship.
You did.
Happy
more than I can say.
Being a Cubs fan.
Baseball is that, pitcher throws the ball, he takes his cap off, wipes his head, scratches his nuts, and then goes back onto the mound, and the batter fixes his glove and, shakes himself and all that.
If you talk about baseball one more second, I'm going to blow you up.
Real quick, though, it's interesting that you brought that up. It's interesting that you brought that up, though.
Hijacking my show.
In the minor leagues, they are putting a 24-second clock on this year to see how it works.
Well, enjoy them fucking up your sport. I will protect mine.
But that's what I love. That's what I love about hockey, though. Is that
it's better.
prima donnas in other sports, guys with turf toes and all that stuff, they're out 2 to 3 weeks. Guy takes a slap shot to the face. He's back in the game within 5 minutes.
No, it's the best game on earth. I got to take Deb's phone call. Pat, you take care.
Let's go Flyers.
Go Flyers. Good luck tonight. Oh, God, I hope you lose. Deb, in Texas, how are you?
Going on, lovely.
Lovely.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, stay. Whenever I
How's
hear
it going?
when I hear your voice, it cheers up my whole day. You know that? You're a
You're
beautiful,
cute.
wonderful hockey fan. Where's your
Speaking
boy?
of
Do you have a
really
boyfriend?
attractive hockey players,
What's that? We're going to talk about attractive hockey players? Who's attractive?
Jordan Tutu.
Really? The Indian
He
guy?
is so cute.
He had a drug problem. You know that?
I know. I looked him up yesterday. He's really interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Deb likes the bad boy.
He's really interesting. That is the ultimate thing for chicks. Like, he's really interesting. He's been to prison. You like bad boys?
Since you brought up good-looking hockey players, can I say from that interview that we showed earlier at the beginning of the show, Alexander Ovechkin is hideous, man.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
that's
he has hair, but nothing else.
Yeah.
All right, your hair grows. Big deal. So does mine.
His ass is great, though.
What's that? He's got great abs.
His ass is great.
Really? Is he a good-looking guy? I think he's like hit. You know what I mean?
She's just looking at him from the waist down. She says he's got a great ass.
Neck down, he is highly attractive.
Oh, they all are, babe. They're except for Dustin Bufflin. I mean, these guys are in incredible shape. Dustin Bufflin and
Kessel.
and Kessel and Tuukka Rask should all
Bill
go
the human
bowling.
buffet
Oh my
Kessel.
God, Tuukka Rask is rail thin.
Oh, he's poor. You know what the thing is? I really like Tuukka because, like, it's funny. It's out there too. You can check out Tuukka's Stanley Cup party in Finland, and it reminded me so much. And it's all in Finnish. It's like a personal video, and it reminded me so much of like parties and festivals they have here in Germany. And Tuukka speaks really good English, and I like Tuukka. I think Tuukka's great.
He freaks me out. He has no accent.
Oh yeah, you'd be
Like,
surprised.
I have an accent, and he doesn't have one.
No,
it's
'cause
freaking me out.
You should, you want to freak you out? You should check out the schools over here. There's a lot of Germans walking around like my street that have no detectable accent. It happens. It happens. It's better if they do have an accent.
There's a lot of creepy people walking around your streets, though.
Yeah, I know. I live in like the most dangerous part of this fucking city. Actually, nobody gets killed in this street. It's always like the street next to us because the mafia runs this street.
That's comforting.
Yeah, it is. It is. They don't bother me.
It
Oh
just
God, I'll never
reminds you of
forget.
home.
They're the Neapolitans on the corner. It was so funny.
Reminds you of home.
What's that?
It just reminds you of home.
I
at least
think
the
it
mob's
might.
got a hold
It
on
might.
it.
Well, I didn't grow in this type of dense urban area. I grew up in the densest area, but it wasn't like this. This is like pretty much an urban area. I grew up
Jungle,
suburban
man.
sprawl next to New York City. That's where I grew up in. So, but I do. I like it. I like it. What else you got, Deb?
Well, last night I made the mistake of not watching any hockey games because I thought they'd all be boring.
You missed the greatest game last night. Go watch.
Yeah,
You got
I heard
time.
about that. It sounds really good.
You got Game Center?
No, I watch it illegally.
I don't know how much scratch you can put together, but I highly recommend it. It's cheaper now because like halfway through the season. Put some get some Game Center in your ass. Get some Game Center going. Game Center for your ass. That I should be the NHL sponsor for Game Center. Game Center. It's for your ass. Fuck face. I mean, how many would I sell? I'd sell a lot.
You sell a few.
I'd sell a few.
There were a lot of good games last night, though.
There was
Boston,
the
frickin' LA,
TJ
Tampa.
Brody. That's funny. Cronin forgot to watch the game. All right, Deb. All right, Deb.
Yes, my dear.
What's up? Go ahead.
Are you excited for the Detroit game tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. You know, whenever we get Detroit in the house, it's always a nice time, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love whooping that ass.
Yeah, they just got beat by Montreal last night in a pretty good game as well. A real defensive duel.
Indians, huh?
Yeah. I don't think.
But Jimmy Howard did awesome, though. It wasn't his fault.
No. That was a good game played. But look, Montreal's a damn good hockey team, and I think they're better than the Wings. How about that?
Detroit's a good hockey team.
Detroit's a good hockey team, but they're old. They're past their prime. Yeah. You know what it is? Detroit's got this like weird problem everybody would want to have. They have a bunch of old guys, but they can't get rid of them because they're still really good. You know, it's
they're
like it's
coming to United Center at a really.
It's
bad
almost
time.
easier to do what's happening in Toronto or Buffalo or something like this. It's almost easier to deal with that because you just like wipe the slate. You can't wipe the slate. It's Henrik, got Henrik Zetterberg and Datsuk and all those old farts over there.
And the weird thing, they've been going through the same problem for it doesn't seem like the last decade. Doesn't it seem like there's been a turnover of old guys in Detroit for like the last 10
Hockey
years?
Town is, a lot of people like to say the Montreal Canadiens are the New York Yankees of hockey. It really is Detroit. If you really think about it, it's really Detroit. Well, thank you, wonderful Deb. Thanks for calling. I really appreciate it because it always makes my day because I'm a creepy guy.
Before I go though.
Well, go ahead.
I really don't think Evander Kane is that attractive to me.
You don't think he's good? Well, don't tell. Go tell Graham's wife that.
Yeah.
Because
he just looks like a punk right now. I'm like, eh.
Yeah, you're more into the attitude. You're probably not.
You gotta have a drug problem and a record.
Women aren't as looks oriented as men at all times. You know what I mean? Yes, but he's a handsome man. He's a very handsome man, almost as handsome as Harrison Mooney.
Yeah.
You don't think Harrison Mooney's a good guy? He sings and dances.
Okay.
He could sing. You ever see him sing? That's not your thing. You like big bad boys, don't you?
Well, no, I absolutely adore Jonathan Toews, and he's not big and bad.
That's true.
Yeah, but he's got like a inner mental toughness or something. You know what I mean? There's something
He'll
badass.
Keep you safe. There's something about Jonathan Toews.
like totally like. If I had to pick a guy that I'd want like in a military unit, like being leader, Toews is like the guy. Even though he's not the biggest and maybe doesn't look the baddest. You know what I mean?
That guy's a leader.
Maybe you're picking up on that. You should go for the good guys like Jonathan Toews. All right, Deb, gotta go. Take care.
All right.
You're the best. I love. That's what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm gonna hit on all the chicks.
The one that calls in?
Yeah. Why doesn't Terry ever call us?
Because she'd have to use. I don't know. All she has is a phone number. That's why she never calls. I can never get her on my show. So
really,
yeah.
Terry, because Terry gets like really lit and says silly stuff, like you did on Sunday.
I was so. Oh my god.
Oh, that was great.
Blasted.
You're great. You're great.
Oh, I was blasted, boy.
You were great. 718-395-7660. Otherwise, we're bagging it. Let's go back to the notes. I don't know what's really going on in the chat. I really can't pay attention and do both. It looks like you guys. And speaking of the chat, you have no idea how much the chat has improved in the last couple weeks. We couldn't be happier. We're glad that you guys are getting along and talking and rapping about stuff and fighting and doing whatever you're doing. Keeping that chat is great. It's too bad it doesn't carry over, but I do think it actually helps. So, and it's also kind of a place you can meet people and stuff like this and rap about the stuff you like. Not just like me or anything like that, but, talking hockey and getting opinions. And, it's Dave Rose, he really uses the chat to feed things. And I'm going to try to incorporate that a little more. It's just very difficult to do what I do and check all this shit and do the phones and what have you. It's one of the reasons that we got that's one of the reasons we got Jeff, because he solved a lot of that problem, especially when my computer was slower. Oh, remember those days? Oh, 2 weeks ago?
Those were the days.
Oh, Jesus. I noticed that Jack Malay is in the audience. He's got his own hockey show. I'll throw him a quick plug. Check out Jack Malay. He's a nice guy. And listen, motherfucker, you mentioned about coming on the show. You got to call first. You got to earn your weight over here, and then you call in, and you give us something, and then we'll throw you a bone. But you can check out Jack Malay. He does interesting. Well, maybe that was it. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the Jack Malay call. We'll see, unless it's Frenchie Ben. I don't know. I think it's 217. I don't know. We'll check. We'll have to check. No, it's the United States, so I think he's Canadian. 217, you're on the air.
Hello.
Who's this?
It's Kevin from Chicago.
Kevin from Chicago.
I like him already.
You a Blackhawks fan?
Yeah.
What's on your mind, bud?
Just want to ask Dave what he thinks if the Blackhawks should make any moves at the trade deadline.
Good question.
I thought that they might shore up some defensive problems, but I don't see it happening now. The way that they're coming together and getting healthy, I don't really think a move is necessary. Why mess with the flow of the team? It looks like that they're really starting to come together, and they're beating some quality hockey teams. The only thing that worries me is we're playing down to other competition, but I think that's something that's going to go away as we play better teams into the stretch run.
Absolutely.
Yeah, did you see that hit that Ryan Hartman did on Zubers?
Yeah.
The hit.
He knocked his helmet off.
Oh God, that new
Knocked
kid you
his
guys have.
dick
Oh
stiff,
my
yeah.
God, that kid's strong in his feet, huh?
Yeah,
Holy
there's
Christmas.
some crazy talent down in the.
I don't know
AHL
why
that
I
got
didn't.
Pittsburgh Hawks.
I really probably should make a video with that, huh? With that hit. I don't know
It's
why
a
I didn't do that.
blaster.
Yeah, I just got to think of like good music to go with it or something. I should really make a video on that. Oh, what have
Tooth
you.
rattler.
You got anything else, Kev?
No.
I got the feeling you're gonna yell at me and say, "Fuck off, you jerk off, loser! Get off your couch any second."
good.
I get that feeling with you.
He's saying you sound like a crank caller. Don't.
Yeah, you sort of sound like a crank caller. We
Yeah,
we
but
don't screen calls.
Don't
obviously.
disgrace Chicago. You're better than that. You're
Yeah.
better than that.
I won't. I won't.
We could actually, you know what? Here's the thing for all you crank callers. I can't lose because I love crank calls. It's fantastic. Well, Kev, I hope you like and sub, and I hope you join the community and get involved in the chat and do all that other stuff. That's all serious. And call about the Hawks anytime. Really appreciate it.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Take it easy, buddy.
He sounds sad, doesn't he?
I don't know. You know what? He might just be a little high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Possible.
Oh, I got my Tommy C above my head. Oh, God. You know, the new fucking XSplit is badass, but it's like quirky. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
quirky.
I've been having the same issues with it. It's definitely quirky.
718-395-7660, 718-395-7660, or you can Skype us for free at Shot from the Point. Running almost an hour. Almost an hour. Let me check my notes, and then if we don't have any more callers, we'll call it a day. I had the reference. Couple little things in the news. Sunday's Pittsburgh Penguins Chicago Blackhawks games drew NBC's biggest rating in an indoor game this season.
Not a surprise.
And very much. Moscow area orphanage was the beneficiary of 70 bags of hockey gear, thanks to Alex Ovechkin.
Nice.
I know we've been hitting him over the head, but that's good stuff. And
Yeah.
I think that's why he's over.
We were saying it the other day that Alexander Ovechkin, no matter all of his faults, he's very, very, very strong in the community in both in Russia and in Washington.
Yeah,
DC.
in Washington too. It's not just a Russian thing, but I mean his politics and supporting that maniac. But then again, there is the aspect of you wouldn't want to cross that
Death,
maniac.
yeah.
Being the public figure is probably not a healthy thing if you're against Vladimir Putin. It's simply not happening. Johan Franzen has been sidelined for 6 weeks with a concussion. Doesn't appear to be returning anytime soon. That's bad news. Jaromir Jagr is preparing to be dealt.
Yes, he is.
What's the reason to keep me? Quote unquote.
No reason.
Olli Jokinen will make his debut for the Toronto Maple Leafs Tuesday night against the Florida Panthers. Lucky him, getting traded from the Predators. Wow, guys, we have really good team here in Heartland. This is great. Go to Toronto, fuckface. Kimmo Timonen joined the Philadelphia Flyers for practice Tuesday after battling blood clots that have kept him sidelined all season. He feels like he's 10 days away from returning. I am scared as hell about that. He's 38 or 39 or something like that. The blood clots, that's dangerous. And to get back on the ice, they probably can't stop him.
No.
But Jesus Christ, if he drops dead, all these anti-fighting jerks, even if he doesn't get killed in a fight, are going to be all over it. They're trying to hurt this game, take the physicality out of the game.
Sometimes you got no one to walk away.
Apparently, Mike Milbury slept with some hookers, I hear, in freaking Boston because those fucking Boston doctors got him over a fucking barrel, and they are sticking it in. Milbury. Soccer mom Milbury. He really should apologize. He really should apologize. I thought he was 100% right when he called out Pierre McGuire. He should totally apologize to Pierre McGuire. Maybe he would. Big pussy. Big pussy. And I think that's all we got, bud.
I think it's pretty good.
I think it was a damn good show, as always.
As
Again,
always.
I want to thank absolutely everybody in the chat. I want to thank DV's Dave Rose for keeping that chat going and his help out yesterday. And I want to remind all the Shot from the Point team that I'm sure watch every episode to keep up that you need to shout me out to get on the show. We have an opening on Mondays. Mondays we have an opening, so I can put you on with Dave when you get time. But you got to give me. I'd like to say 48 hours notice.
At least.
Yeah, should be 40. I should make that's what I should do. I should make a 48-hour rule. You can call in quick, but because we got to get the other callers. But if you want to host, you got to let me go. And that's it. Last night in the National Hockey League. Oh, we had this funny thing. Me and Dave Rose last night. We had this really funny thing going on. Like, you know how like those stupid announcers, what they do, they like how the Lightning will shock the Los Angeles Kings. You know what I mean? We have to come up with like a really corny.
We need puns.
Yeah, we do puns, but I don't know how to do this. The New York Rangers arrest the New York Islanders 6-5. The Rangers were behind in this game 2 times, but they arrested those filthy fishermen and put them in jail. How was that?
They gunned down the Islanders.
They gunned down the Islanders.
Rangers, they gunned them down.
They gunned down the Islanders like they were a minority without a gun.
I can't breathe.
That's awful. Jerks.
You started it.
Yeah, you finished it.
Yeah, I did.
Thanks.
Just
Oh,
like
Jesus
New
Christ.
York, I finished it.
All right, I'm going to do this reluctantly. Good timing on the call, Roy, and from Florida. What do you got?
What's going on?
You tell me. You got to make it real quick.
I missed the whole show. I gotta watch the show now because
All right.
It just got out.
But you know what? Here's something you did miss. His name is TJ Broshi. Got your back. That's what you get for talking about my mother. The Montreal Canadiens were in Detroit. They take them 2-1. One of those empty net goal, real good game. A lot of good games in the National Hokey Dokey League last night, to be honest with you, down on Dave. The Carolina Hurricanes stomp. No, they swarm. No, they blew down their house. What did they do?
They blew away.
They blew away the Ottawa Senators. I like to blow away a few senators or see them get taken away in a storm. In any country. Come to think of it. The Edmonton Oilers weren't slippery enough for the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets
They got drilled.
do the victory roll in the shoot.
The Jets soared over the
The
Oilers.
Jets soar over the Boston Bruins. Forest was burned down by the Calgary Flames. They had a only you can prevent forest fires. With a goal by
Calgary
TJ
scorched Boston.
Brody or Broshi or TJ Broshi. That's what I call it. In OT, my TJ Broshi. The Arizona no-shows. But you know what? I am not going to read any Arizona games for the next week because I'm so disgusted by that team. How about that? We'll just skip to the Minnesota North Stars. They take on the Vancouver Knuckleheads and come up short. Although Devin Dubnyk is really a hot story over there. May have saved their season if they have any shot at all. That's so we could do a whole show on Dubnyk, to be honest with you. Lightning did not strike in Los Angeles. The Kings take the Lightning 3-2. I don't know why I'm thinking this is so funny.
It is funny. Puns are the greatest thing ever. Man. I love play on words.
You gotta take Dave Rose for this because he was the one that he was the one that did this first. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The New York Islanders are in Carolina to face the Hurricanes. The Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Philadelphia Flyers. The Washington Capitals, they will be in Pittsburgh to meet the Penguins. The Connor McJesus sweepstakes, they take on the New Jersey Devils. The Cats and the Leafs get it on in Toronto. That's at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the Dallas Stars take on the St. Louis Blues. Dallas season's over. It's over. Yeah. It's over. This is going to be an ass pounding. This is going to be a brutal. Actually, all these games are on the same time. I'm probably going to stay up and watch this. Maybe I'll be on Twitter. Actually, being on Twitter ruins the game for me. You know that? Because I end up fucking arguing and typing with checking shit out when I should be watching a fucking game and looking for a clip to fucking upload. That's what I should be doing.
Believe me, I've learned while I take copious amounts of notes.
Copious amounts of notes. That's right. You got to check out Down on Dave on Down on Dave if you like professional wrestling and a direct connection with the great Joe Cronin show. No late night game, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. San Jose Sharks take on the Nashville Predators. And that's it. The National Hockey League. Dave, thank you very much for being on the show as always. Thank you to Dave Rose. Thanks to the whole Shot from the Point team. Matt, Jake Link at Tampa Bay. I wonder if he's going to take in a game-wise down there. And everybody does everything, the chat, everything. Like, share, let them know you care. And most of all, just get out of my goddamn green! Bing, bing, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.